Hello my dear viewers, this is Mega881000 again, coming with another info video. This time it's about the announcement of another upcoming release for the MegaHouse Precious G.E.M. Digimon, because Sakuyamon was announced as the next statue for the G.E.M. Digimon series. This announcement was also quite longer time ago. For now, I'm sorry, because it was already at the beginning of September 2022, so I am late again with this info video, but we are making the best out of it, I promise. And yes, you heard right, for the new one they actually reused for the first time again the old G.E.M.Series branding or logo, and not the new or current Precious G.E.M. logo. Very strange. I thought that the old G.E.M.Series designation no longer exists since becoming and named Precious G.E.M.Series, and since it evolved into the new designed blue logo. But here we are now. Very funny, right? About Precious G.E.M. Sakuyamon, there is at the MegaHobby-Girls-Blog, surprise, that blog, to discover, though that's the web address of that blog, but the site's name is rather Mega Hobby Station and is powered by MegaHouse, as you can see. As previously mentioned, this blog was launched in early September 2022. Also, there was most likely the first entry at the WithTheWill-Forum right after that, because it is from the 7th September, and in this entry the first thing they mentioned is that we first found out about the new Sakuyamon statue through DigiFest 2022, to which they posted those pictures previously, and there you can see her from the side, standing in the single display along with Dine Action, Omegamon and other Digimon stuff, which is new, as you can see. Also in this entry from the 7th September they wrote that the pre-orders will be opened for her this Friday, I mean at this time, and they linked the official blog page as well and mentioned that they now had these better pictures of her through this blog. Below this picture is a short summary from the blog page in a somewhat more generalized form than they done it in the blog, and you will hear what I'm meaning with more generalized form right after, and the words here are the following. In addition to showing off the figure, they also detail the design of the base. It's based on the evolution scene with cherry blossoms flying at night, and the visual of the stand itself is based on the surface of a lake. In addition, the member made the following comment: "The figure looks quite nice, and hopefully the price is good, since it isn't branded as a G.E.M. I believe this is the first figure Sakuyamon has gotten since the Bandai Candy Sakuyamon figure a few years ago." One more note from me about this. So just to clear up any misunderstandings right from the beginning on, now at this time she wasn't branded as G.E.M. and that's what the member's statement referred to. But meanwhile we know that she will be of course a G.E.M. series statue by MegaHouse, and that's why she has also a high price, as it is usual for Digimon G.E.M. statues. In my opinion, you could guess those facts or see this beforehand with this high degree of detailing, also for the base alone. Also in the display front there you can see it's written G.E.M. if you're looking closely enough. Yeah, so much about that. And with the Bandai Candy Sakuyamon figure a few years ago statement, the member was referring to the small but fine and nice precious model Sakuyamon statue figure that was originally released by Bandai Candy in 2017 at a very low price of around $30 euros, maybe even under $30 in Japan. But since she got very popular back then, eBay scalpers now are offering her for MegaHouse G.E.M. insane prices. This first entry was followed by a next one right after as an edition on the 8th September 2022 when pre-orders were opened, again with some more informations and new pictures nicely staged, where I suspect all of this is most likely sourced from the official Premium Bandai Japan Promotion page, which will surely exist extra, but I didn't get any connection from the link here to this official promotion site once again, and yeah, got misled. So let's continue with the content of the blog, which begins with the following first info at the top. Reservations starting at 1 PM on Friday on the 9th September. Well, like I said, this isn't up to date anymore at all. I'm sorry for that. Yeah, and with that I don't know if pre-orders got already closed again. Now, G.E.M.Series Digimon Tamers Sakuyamon's introduction. Hi, MegaHouse, Bird, Toriko, Mega. This time we introduce G.E.M.Series Digimon Tamers Sakuyamon Mega. Very cute and funny with these fox and cherry blossom emojis here too, or with all those emojis here. Below this, that are the pre-order infos again, the written things below saying again G.E.M.Series Digimon Tamers Sakuyamon. Below we have the first nice product image of her, and again below this means following. In Digimon Tamers she plays the role of a shrine maiden, or Miko in Japanese, who acts on behalf of God. A female Digimon Sakuyamon appears in the G.E.M. series. Eyes are glued to the enchanting and glittering Mega. And that's true with the statement, the eyes are glued on her for real. I mean, yeah, that's true. Below that, the next product image with a focus on the base, and so is the text below. The silhouette standing gracefully on the surface of the lake with the motif of the evolution scene, the effect of the cherry blossoms dancing at night, and the coloring of the surface of the lake. It is so beautiful! A Mega that highlights Sakuyamon's beauty. Below the third and already last product image, and below this again following text. If you stare at it, you can hear the evolutions scene's melody. I want you to enjoy Sakuyamon, who can enjoy you with both coolness and beauty. Mega. The word Mega in the sentence, probably always standing for MegaHouse statue in general. Here it stands, of course, for Sakuyamon. Below that again the pre-order informations with reservation acceptance, limited acceptance at Premium Bandai Toei Animation official store, and Ami. That's all for Toriko's blog. Thanks for reading to the end. Mega. Below is the information that the photo is an image. Please note that the actual product may differ slightly. Yeah, this obligatory information again, so I think I don't have to lose a lot of words now about the fact that this statue looks super good and stunning as it is usual, and how it should be for being such a high quality MegaHouse G.E.M. statue. Got sculpted very detailed and also has a beautiful detailed matching color scheme as you would imagine, wish it to be and expect it to be from such a high quality statue. And then this absolutely great design base sets the whole thing up in a very individual way for Sakuyamon, and you really, I mean, it's very nice that they replicated the evolution scene, that you can see this with the cherry blossoms flying around and the lake surface shortly after she touched it with the tips of her high-heeled boots or emerged from the lake. This looks all really good. And in your mind you really imagine hearing her characteristic, very Japanese sounding special evolution melody. Of course, the original Japanese one, they meaning with that. Really well done. Wonderful. Simply mega. Yeah, I had to use it here for my own words again. But yeah, I'm sorry. I wasn't so sure at first and found the base to be looking much simpler than in contrary the base of her smaller precious model twin sister Sakuyamon statue, for being now the better, bigger statue of Sakuyamon, because the base of the small one has all these engraved symbols all over the base, like the seal-like structure that appears below her at the end of her evolution scene. But now I also find the lake surface implementation thing as absolutely matching, and if you should have both at some point, there is a nice difference for the bases of each one. Just super fitting and a very special implementation for Sakuyamon, just very nicely staged. And the pose also fits super well in connection with the stand base, with the lake surface, and is a bit more elaborate than the pose from her smaller sister statue, or let us call it a bit, yeah, more effort went into the implementation of the pose. The small one was and is already really good in terms of sculpt detailing and color design for being much smaller sized, and considering her original very affordable price she once had. Just a bit painted over style for the overall quality, but really good and nice for the original very low price back then. It goes without saying that in many ways, for the now real G.E.M.Series Sakuyamon statue, they could and had to go a step further and improve it from the small one. I think she's got very successful overall, and I think with about over 11 inches or 28 centimeters, he's got more normal sized again, which should fit better to the previous and also older Digimon G.E.M.s than the latest recent precious G.E.M. statues like Patramon or Garurumon battle version do now. Yeah, but quite nice and also rather big as like precious G.E.M. Alphos Vitramon. But since for being a female character she will also be a bit slimmer and not so bulky of course, and much more petite in general, and in comparison, seen this from a logical point of view, yeah, and this should fit better again, right? Let's get to the third and last part of this info video, which, as you can see, comes from the WithTheWill-Forum. This is the before mentioned ad and post from the 8th September. And probably these are the images and summary of the informations from the official promotion page at Premium Bandai Japan, where the link unfortunately misleads you again to a other general page. The picture on top here certainly shows the approximate box design, or already this shows the box front design. Here you can see the old G.E.M. series logo very obvious again. Below again, informations. After finding out about a few days ago, pre-orders are open for the G.E.M. statue of Sakuyamon from Digimon Tamers, including this new image with a beautiful design and staged very well for Sakuyamon, with even an addition of real cherry blossoms lying on the ground and a cherry blossom branch on top and across the image, and with a focus on the sculpted details with the statue of our fox costumed Miko from side view. And we have further informations below again. The figure is a bit over 11 inches tall or 28 centimeters, with a high level of detailing, with a heavy focus on the coloring of the armor and the staff. Based on that statement, with focusing on and these great staged product shots, I think these are the images and summarized informations from the official promotion site. Below this same picture again from the side, but showing the statue in full view this time. Below this again, following informations. The overall style and the base are styled after the evolution of Sakuyamon, with the rippling water on the bottom and cherry blossoms flying around. Again, similar words but formulated in a slightly different way, plus this video link to YouTube, where you can see the statue completely in a 360-degree view. Unfortunately, they only put such generate turbo plastic music underneath and missed out the opportunity to using instead the original Japanese evolution melody they themselves mentioned before. I would have actually expected to hear this and just would have done this differently. It literally screamed for doing it in this way, and would have caused an even better effect. Too bad they did it. Below we have these 5 product images, which I also showed you already along this video, including the following important informations. Pre-orders for G.E.M. series Sakuyamon are currently open at Premium Bandai for 24,200 yen, and our Shrine Maiden Fox Lady scheduled to be shipped in August 2023. This I embellished personally a bit more. It doesn't saying that there, but yeah. This price would be about less than 167 US dollars, or almost 168 euros. Below this, a short note from the forum member. Again, it looks nice, expensive one tough. Also the first time Sakuyamon has gotten a figure in roughly half a decade, since 2017 Bandai Candy Precious Model Sakuyamon figure. Of course, with that the member means the 2017 Bandai Candy Precious Model Sakuyamon figure again. Now a few more thoughts and words on the price from me. So compared to the most recent precious G.E.M. Digimon statues like Peltramon and the oversized Garurumon battle version, I see the suggested retail price for Sakuyamon of about under $170 or euros as relatively normal for the first time again, even if the Japanese shops will not pass it completely to their customers and they maybe put it up to $200. That's still a relatively good price range for the current prices of what these statues cost now, and in comparison to the high prices the last mentioned ones were offered already in Japanese shops, especially Ultramon. You noticed from my info videos I was a bit upset about the high prices, which were most likely associated with their unnecessary oversized sizes, and because they had made them so uselessly oversized, and therefore they got more unnecessarily expensive. Yes, this I criticized very much. On the other hand, I can't criticize so much, and for the first time again for Sakuyamon, I think it's got all better, and the price is actually pretty much okay for her. She's also quite big, and we also don't have a cheaper alternative for her as a statue. Her little twin sister from 2017, Here, had a low price back then, which she was definitely worth to get her from the general quality. But now she's getting offered for G.E.M.Series prices by eBay scalpers, as I mentioned before, and at prices from beyond good and evil of far over $200 to over $300. I've seen her at eBay, which is just insane. This she definitely not worth it, and it also was never Bandai's intention that this would be traded at such prices, such high prices sometime in the future. Yeah, with such extremely prices for the small statue, the price performance ratio is simply all over the place and not right anymore. And this is why the new real bigger G.E.M.Series Sakuyamon statue by MegaHouse is actually a much cheaper alternative, considering scalpers' prices for her smaller twin sister, if you be quick and pre-order the real G.E.M.Series Sakuyamon now. And this new one is also, from the view of quality and in a general view, much better than the smaller one in every respect. Of course, there are also unofficial statues by various Chinese design studios of Sakuyamon existing, which are all made of fragile resin, but they also cost at least as much as the official one, or even much more. Therefore, in this case, I would go for the official G.E.M.Series Sakuyamon, especially with such a great implementation, and the material that the official GMs are made of is just much more durable and not just as fragile as in country the resin statues or this material of them is. And I would like to add one more thing. I'm not speaking for Western World Shops prices and price offers here. There they put up the new Sakuyamon statue for pre-order at, of course, immensely higher prices. For example, at Big Bad Toy Store or at German shops, they offer over $100 or euros more. So it would be about $300 here by us for this Sakuyamon statue. So it's better to pre-order your Sakuyamon directly from Japan at Hobby Genki or Ninin Game, Ami. Yeah, the Nippon Yasan shop always had the best prices for these kind of statues, as I've often mentioned in my videos before, but sadly this side shop doesn't exist anymore. I pre-ordered her right before writing the script for this video at Ninin Game to this price of a bit under $200 euros item price. At Hobby Genki she was offered about, if I'm remembering right, $183 or euros, but she's already sold out as a pre-order there. But this was a good price, which was just about $20 more from the suggested retail price. Yeah, and sadly she's also sold out as pre-order at Ami as well. Just wanted to add these things here. For ending this info with, I have the product description from MegaHobby Japan. It's kinda the English page version. Yeah, and the text says, from Digimon Tamers comes a G.E.M.Series figure of Sakuyamon, the deity Digimon that holds the role of a Miko, acting as an agent of God's will. The pose is based on Sakuyamon's evolution scene, featuring a beautiful water base with paddles drifting in the current as Sakuyamon stands elegantly upon the surface of the water, or is hovering above. The paintwork of the armor, together with the sharp edges made with intricate sculpt work, are a sight to behold, and the whole figure captures the evolution scene so perfectly you can just imagine the song that plays during the scene. Be sure to add this stunning Sakuyamon to your collection. Similar to what you heard before, but worded a little differently again. And that's the end of my info video as well. I hope you liked it, despite the fact that the announcement and content wasn't this up to date anymore. If you still liked it, please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, see you again, and until the next video, your Mega 88 1000.